We took 10 students to the Midwest Political Science Association meeting. It's held every year in Chicago, and it's the second largest political science gathering in the country. So usually there are 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 political scientists, and this year we had about 150, 160 students from across the country that came and presented their posters. So of those, 10 were from Creighton, so it was a good experience to get students to come and present a real diversity of work there.
I am 1/4 Potawatomi. My research is studying the causal effects of, or rather behind, low per capita income levels and high unemployment levels on Native American tribal lands. A few of the things that I found were pretty significant based on distance, commuting distance for the workforce. A lot of the things had to do with gaming, tribal gaming, your Vegas style with tables and casinos, and then also high school graduation rates. And all those things were pretty significant, and it really supported the hypotheses that I came up with. Grad school, law school, research, just anything that I felt like would have been a possibility before is now an even more like potential possibility in the future, and that's really, I attribute that to the professors and the knowledge that I've gained from the things that they've taught me and the research values that they've instilled throughout my 3 years working directly with them, and it's been great.
My research is mainly focused on development initiatives and the economic component of development. My 215 class, which was comparative politics, was with Dr. Wunsch, and he's an expert basically in the development field, and he's had a lot of experience abroad with development initiatives. So he kind of initially piqued my interest, and that's when I started to look at things like political corruption, rent-seeking behavior, how international organizations and NGOs play a part in all of this. And then that research just continued throughout my 215 and my 310, my 591, and now it's brought me to this. So once you become engaged in this research, you just become so invested in it, and you see where all the room for improvement is. And I think that's kind of what has kept me going on this topic. I feel like Creighton has prepared me so well from a quantitative standpoint. Not a lot of political science departments really engage you in the whole quantitative data analysis and collection and everything. So I feel like in that regard, Creighton has definitely provided a lot of knowledge.
I'm going to law school next year, so I'm really interested in legal studies, and I wanted my poli-sci project to reflect that interest. So I kind of looked for some questions within the legal theory models, and I came up with sentencing guideline cases and the Supreme Court. I want to be a criminal lawyer as well, so it has kind of all of those elements that I was looking for. And I actually have a faculty advisor who kind of led me to this project. He gave me a raw data set, and I actually coded my own data, added variables, added different coding means and measures, different indexes to create this data set, and then I found my conclusions based on that. I don't think you realize it, at least as a poli-sci major, until you get to the conference, how far ahead you are. We looked at a lot of other research, and it's really great theoretical research, but we do a lot of methods, theory-based research that has a lot of empirical data, which is something you see at the graduate level. So it's really nice when professors from other schools were coming up to us and talking to us about our research, and we're surprised that we had logistical regression models and actual empirical findings based on our research rather than just theoretical. So I think it really puts us ahead, and it really helps us look at the world a little bit differently.
It allows the students to get exposure to other faculty members, graduate students, undergraduates, to ask them questions about their research, give them some feedback into how well they're doing, and maybe help foster some growth in that research and make some changes.